What if Canon finally delivered real cinema-grade performance in a body the size of a hybrid mirrorless camera, without turning it into a bulky, unmanageable brick? That's exactly what many creators are asking right now as rumors and leaks about the Canon EOS R6 Mark III begin to solidify. For years, Canon has walked the fine line between photography-first cameras and cinema-first machines. But this time, the balance feels different. The R6 Mark III looks set to be a true hybrid powerhouse. A camera that can keep up with fast-paced still photography while offering serious video capabilities that rival entry-level cinema gear. Add in the whispers about the Canon EOS C50, a compact cinema body that shrinks full-frame filmmaking into a small and highly portable form factor. And suddenly creators have some very tough decisions to make. So today, we're going deep, breaking down everything we know and everything that's been speculated about the Canon R6 Mark III, while also putting it side by side with the C50. We'll cover the sensor technology, autofocus improvements, in-body stabilization, video codecs, ergonomics, workflow considerations, pricing strategies, and most importantly, which shooter each camera is actually designed for. By the end of this, you'll have a clear idea of whether the R6 Mark III could replace two bodies in your bag, or whether the dedicated cinema approach of the C50 is still the smarter investment for serious filmmakers. Canon EOS R6 Mark III. What we know and what's rumored. The sensor. A major evolution, the headline spec that's creating the most buzz is the 24-megapixel stacked full-frame sensor. This is not just an incremental update. It's a fundamental shift in how the R6 series processes image data. Stacked sensors are engineered to read data much faster than conventional CMOS designs, reducing rolling shutter artifacts and enabling higher burst shooting speeds. If Canon really has leaned on the readout architecture of the flagship Canon EOS R3, but tuned it down for the R6 class, we're talking about a sensor that balances speed, thermal performance, and image quality. In plain English, expect fewer compromises. For photographers, this means cleaner stills at high frame rates, perfect for sports, weddings, or wildlife. For videographers, it translates into smoother footage without the jello effect that plagued earlier models. This could finally make the R6 line a true contender against Sony's A7i IV or Panasonic's S5 II in the hybrid market. Video capabilities. Hybrid-friendly but still practical Canon seems to be aiming squarely at hybrid creators rather than full-blown cinema professionals with the R6 Mark III. Based on leaks, here's what we could see. 6K capture oversampled to 4K for sharp. Detailed footage. True 4K at 120 FPS. Ideal for buttery slow-motion shots. Internal 10-bit recording with Canon log profiles for serious color grading. Practical codecs designed for quick turnaround, meaning you won't always need an external recorder. What it doesn't aim to be is an open-gate, raw cinema machine. Unlike the Canon EOS C50, which offers massive 7K capture areas and cinema raw workflows, the R6 Mark III is tuned for efficiency and hybrid usability. That's a good thing for creators who shoot a wedding in the afternoon, then need to edit cinematic highlight reels the next morning. It's a camera that gives you cinema-like quality without drowning you in workflow headaches. Autofocus and IBIS. Canon's secret weapon, Canon's autofocus system has long been praised, but the R6 Mark III is rumored to push it even further. Borrowing from the R3 and R5 II, we could see deep learning subject recognition for people, animals, vehicles, and possibly even product tracking for creators. Faster subject switching. A huge advantage for sports and event shooters. Dual pixel CMOS AF2. Optimized for both video and stills. Now let's talk about stabilization. The IBIS system is rumored to deliver up to 8 stops of compensation. If that number holds, it would mean handheld run-and-gun video becomes far more viable, reducing the need for a gimbal in many real-world scenarios. Contrast this with the Canon C50, which deliberately omits IBIS in order to stay compact and rely on rigging or lens stabilization. That's where the philosophy diverges. One camera is meant to be carried anywhere. The other is meant to be built into a rig. Ergonomics and design philosophy. Canon seems to be sticking to its tried-and-true hybrid design formula for the R6 Mark IIIA. Comfortable, DSLR-like grip, a fully articulating vari-angle touchscreen, a full electronic viewfinder, compact body size, optimized for creators who don't always want to rig their gear. Rumors also suggest the R6 Mark III could support ProRes RAW externally, or at least offer flexible codec options. But the emphasis seems to be on ready-to-publish files, not deep cinema workflows. Pricing and market positioning. Canon knows it has to place this camera carefully. Too expensive, and it cannibalizes its cinema lineup. Too cheap, and it undercuts the R5 and R3. Most speculation suggests the R6 Mark III will land at a price point accessible to advanced enthusiasts and independent creators, likely somewhere in the $2,800–3,200 USD range. This would slot it between the C50 and the R5, making it a smart upgrade for those currently using the R6 Mark II or older Canon DSLRs. Canon EOS C50. Cinema power in a tiny frame. Now let's pivot. What about the Canon C50, the cinema-first sibling in this conversation? Compact but serious, at just 665 grams with dimensions of 143x88x95mm, the C50 is essentially Canon's attempt to miniaturize cinema. Think of it as the R5C's video brain in a stripped-down body. No EVF, a side-swiveling 3-inch touchscreen instead. Optional top handle with XLR inputs, tally light, and zoom rocker. In practice, this means the C50 feels almost like a hybrid camera, but with the brain of a cinema tool. Perfect for indie filmmakers, documentary shooters, or YouTubers who want true cinema features in a portable form factor. The sensor and recording formats. The C50's 32-megapixel 7K full-frame CMOS sensor is its crown jewel. It supports dual-base ISO in Canon Log 2 for incredible flexibility in low light, up to 16 stops of dynamic range, serious latitude for grading. Cinema RAW. Light recording at up to 7K 60 FPS. Full-frame open-gate recording. This is clearly a video-first machine. While it can take stills, that's not the focus. The ability to record cinema RAW, light directly to CF Express Type B makes it much more suitable for professional cinema workflows compared to the R6 Mark III. Workflow and connectivity. Where the C50 shines is workflow support. Dual card slots, simultaneous landscape and vertical recording, timecode support, full-size HDMI, mic and headphone jacks. Built-in Wi-Fi and Ethernet via USB-C Frame.io camera-to-cloud integration, allowing real-time proxy uploads. This camera is built for collaboration and professional sets, something the R6 Mark III doesn't fully aim for. Limitations and trade-offs, but no camera is perfect. And the C50 makes a few sacrifices. No mechanical shutter, meaning no flash sync for photographers, no IBIS, requiring external stabilization, no in-camera LUT previews, making monitoring trickier unless you rig external monitors. These choices show that Canon designed the C50 as a cinema-first tool that assumes rigging and post-production workflows. R6. Mark III versus C50. Who are these for? So now the big question. Which creators should actually care? Wedding photographers and hybrid shooters, the R6 Mark III is the obvious choice. It gives you the speed for stills and the cinematic quality for highlight reels, without weighing you down. Indie filmmakers and YouTubers. It depends. If you want portability and hybrid flexibility, go R6 Mark III. If you want raw cinema workflows with the flexibility of OpenGate, the C50 is the winner. Professional cinematographers, the C50 without question. Its workflow, codecs, and dynamic range are designed for cinema rigs. Content creators and run-and-gun vloggers, R6 Mark III. The IBIS alone makes it far more user-friendly. The future of Canon's strategy. What's fascinating is how Canon seems to be tightening the gap between hybrid and cinema. The R6 Mark III looks like a true hybrid evolution, while the C50 shows just how small a dedicated cinema tool can get. For creators in 2025, the real choice isn't between mirrorless and cinema anymore. It's about workflow philosophy. Do you want one camera that can do it all at a high level? Or do you want a specialized tool built around cinema-first production? Final thoughts. The Canon R6 Mark III might just be the sweet spot camera for creators who demand versatility. Sharp stills, cinematic video, and a form factor that works in almost any scenario. It's not meant to replace cinema rigs, but it can easily replace carrying two different bodies in your bag.